Do you remember the brilliant minds who made us believe that nerds could conquer the world? They started as socially awkward scientists fumbling through life and love, and became beloved icons who changed television forever. But time has been both kind and cruel. Some faces have transformed beyond recognition, some have walked away from fame entirely, and one voice we loved so dearly was silenced far too soon. Stay with us, because what you're about to see will take your breath away. This is the Big Bang Theory 2007 cast then and now. The actors have aged horribly. Let's step back to 2007, when four nerdy friends and one charming neighbor walked into our hearts and never left. 18 years have passed since that first knock on apartment 4AA, and the transformation of these stars will leave you speechless. Some have barely changed, some are unrecognizable, and others have stories that will break your heart. Rauch, the sweet astrophysicist from India, who could barely whisper a word to women without a drink in his hand. His journey, from painfully shy to quietly confident, touched millions of hearts. Fans fell in love with his gentle soul, his hopeless romanticism, and that adorable accent that made every awkward moment somehow endearing. He wasn't just comic relief. He was the friend who reminded us that vulnerability is beautiful. Born April 30, 1981 in London, England, Kunal Nayyar was just 26 years old when he stepped into Raj's colorful cardigans. Fresh-faced, wide-eyed, full of dreams. Fast forward to today, and Kunal is now 44 years old. The boyish charm remains, though time has etched subtle lines of wisdom around his eyes. He continues to act in film and television, lending his voice to animated projects and appearing in acclaimed series. His career proves that kindness and authenticity never go out of style. When you see him now, you see a man who grew up alongside his character, and that's something truly special. Sheldon Cooper. Where do we even begin? The genius with zero social skills and infinite quirks became one of the most iconic characters in television history. His obsession with routine, his brutal honesty, his childlike wonder at the universe. Sheldon wasn't just a character. He was a phenomenon. Fans didn't just watch him. They quoted him. They dressed like him. They fell in love with every infuriating, brilliant, hilarious moment. Born March 24, 1973 in Houston, Texas, Jim Parsons was 34 when he first knocked 3 times on Penny's door. Already an accomplished actor, but about to become a legend. His portrayal earned him 4 Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe, and a place in television immortality. Now, at 52 years old, Jim has evolved from that slender, boyish physicist into a distinguished gentleman of Hollywood. His hair has silvered slightly, his face carries the wisdom of 2 decades in the spotlight, and he stepped behind the camera as a powerful producer, shaping the very landscape of modern television. Looking at him now, you see the weight of success, the grace of aging, and the quiet confidence of someone who changed the world with a character who said bazinga. Penny, just Penny. The girl next door who walked into a world of science and changed everything. With her California sunshine smile, her street smart wisdom, and her enormous heart, she became the emotional center of the entire show. She wasn't a scientist, but she taught 4 geniuses what it really means to be human. Fans loved her because she was real, warm, funny, and never afraid to call out the boys when they needed it. Born November 30, 1985 in Camarillo, California, Kaley Cuoco was only 22 years old when she moved across the hall. A young actress with stars in her eyes and a future brighter than she could have imagined. Today, at 39, Kaley has transformed from the fresh-faced waitress into one of Hollywood's most powerful women. Yes, time has touched her. Her features have matured, her presence commands more authority, but that infectious energy, that spark, it's still there. She's now a producer, an entrepreneur, and a force in the industry. When you see her now, you might be shocked by how much she's changed, how she's gone from sitcom sweetheart to Hollywood powerhouse. But in her smile, you still see Penny, forever young in our hearts. Leonard, the heart and soul of the group. The experimental physicist who spent 12 seasons trying to prove he was worthy of love, even though he always was. His relationship with Sheldon gave us comedy, But his love story with Penny gave us tears, hope, and the belief that opposites really do attract. Fans connected with Leonard because he was us, insecure, trying his best, hoping to be enough. Born April 30, 1975 in Brie, Belgium, Johnny Galecki was 32 years old when he first walked onto that set, with his characteristic glasses and sweet, uncertain smile. Today, at 50 years old, Johnny has stepped somewhat back from the spotlight. The years have been gentle but noticeable. His face is fuller, his hair has thinned, and there's a quiet weariness that comes with decades in the industry. He continues to work in television and film, but more selectively now, choosing projects that matter. Looking at him today, you see a man who gave his youth to a character we'll never forget, and now he's living life on his own terms. Howard Wolowitz, the aerospace engineer with the turtlenecks, the buckles, and the most outrageous one-liners on television. He started as the creepy guy with the terrible pickup lines and became a devoted husband, a loving father, and surprisingly, the most mature member of the group. His transformation was one of the show's greatest triumphs. Fans loved him because beneath all the bravado, he had the biggest heart. Born December 9, 1980 in Los Angeles, California, Simon Helberg was 27 when he first strutted onto screen in those unforgettable outfits. Young, energetic, hungry for success. Now, at 44, Simon has evolved gracefully. His face has matured, his style has refined, though you can still see that mischievous Howard sparkle in his eyes. He's continued to act in critically acclaimed films and series, proving he's so much more than the character we loved. When you see him now, you realize how much of Howard's growth mirrored his own journey from young comedian to respected actor and family man. Stuart Bloom, the overlooked, underappreciated, perpetually depressed comic book store owner who somehow became one of the show's most beloved characters. His self-deprecating humor, his loneliness, his quiet desperation for connection, it was funny and heartbreaking all at once. Fans rooted for Stuart because he represented everyone who's ever felt invisible. Born December 4, 1970, in New York City, Kevin Sussman was already 39 years old when he joined the cast, bringing decades of acting experience to this beautifully broken character. Today, at 54, Kevin continues to work steadily in television and writing. Time has been kind in some ways, adding distinguished gray to his hair, but you can see the years in his face, the lines deeper, the expression perhaps even more melancholic than Stuart himself. He's aged noticeably, as we all do, but his gentle portrayal of Stuart remains one of the show's most touching performances. Looking at him now, you see a character actor who gave soul to what could have been just a punchline. Mrs. Debbie Wolowitz, Howard's mother. You never saw her face, but you heard her voice echo through that house and straight into television history. That booming, unmistakable Brooklyn accent, those hilarious arguments with Howard, the fierce, overbearing, overwhelming love of a Jewish mother. She was more than a running gag. She was family. Born February 2, 1952 in Brooklyn, New York, Carol Ann Susie brought Mrs. Wolowitz to life with nothing but her incredible voice. She was 55 years old when the show began, already a veteran actress with a gift for comedy. But then, something devastating happened. On November 11, 2014, Carol Ann Susie passed away at the age of 62 after a battle with cancer. The cast was heartbroken. The fans were devastated. The show wrote a beautiful tribute episode, and Howard's grief became our grief. We never saw her face, but we felt her loss, like losing a member of our own family. Carol Ann left us too soon, but her voice, that unforgettable voice, lives on forever in every rerun, every laugh, every Howard, come down and eat. Amy Farrah Fowler, Sheldon's perfect match, the quirky neuroscientist who taught a man who claimed to understand the universe how to understand love. Her awkwardness, her innocence, her desperate desire for friendship and connection made her instantly lovable. Amy wasn't just Sheldon's girlfriend. She became one of the gang, and fans adored her journey from lonely scientist to beloved friend and partner. Born December 12, 1975 in San Diego, California, Mayim Bialik was 35 years old when she first appeared on the show. But here's what makes her extraordinary. She holds an actual PhD in neuroscience. She wasn't just playing a brilliant scientist. She is one. Now, at 49, Mayim has become a respected voice in both entertainment and science. Her appearance has matured, her style has evolved, but that intelligence, that sparkle, it's only grown brighter. She continues to act, write, and educate, proving that you can be both a scientist and a star. When you see her now, you see someone who lived her character's dream in real life. Barry Kripke, the speech-impaired plasma physicist who turned scientific rivalry into comedic gold. His lisp, his arrogance, his bizarre friendship/rivalry with Sheldon created some of the show's funniest moments. Fans loved to hate him and hated to love him, but mostly, they just loved him. Born May 30, 1971 in New York City, John Ross Bowie was 38 years old when he first appeared as Barry. Already an established comedian and writer, he brought layers to what could have been a one-note character. Today, at 53, John continues to act and write, his face showing the comfortable wear of a man who spent decades making people laugh. He's aged naturally, a few more pounds, a lot more gray, but that sharp wit remains unchanged. He never became a household name, but he became something better, unforgettable. Bernadette Rostenkowski, the tiny microbiologist with the surprisingly powerful voice and the even more powerful personality. She started as Howard's sweet girlfriend and evolved into one of the show's strongest, funniest, most complex characters. Her ambition, her sass, her ability to put anyone in their place while standing at barely 5 feet tall made her a fan favorite. Born June 23, 1980 in Marlborough, New Jersey, Melissa Rauch was 29 years old when she joined the cast, bringing explosive energy to the show's later seasons. Today, at 44, Melissa has blossomed into a producer and actress with impressive range. She's aged beautifully, though time has softened some features while sharpening her presence. She continues to work steadily in Hollywood, that distinctive voice that made Bernadette iconic now lending itself to new characters and projects. Looking at her now, you see a woman who turned a recurring role into a legacy. And there you have it. The incredible, heartbreaking, beautiful journey of The Big Bang Theory cast from 2007 to 2025. 18 years of laughter, transformation, success, and loss. Some of these stars have aged gracefully, barely changing at all. Others have transformed so completely you might walk past them on the street. Some have embraced the spotlight, building empires and legacies. Others have stepped back, choosing peace over fame. And one beautiful soul left us far too soon, reminding us that life is fragile and every moment matters. They came into our living rooms as awkward scientists and a waitress with dreams. They left as legends who taught us that intelligence is sexy, friendship is everything, and love comes in the most unexpected packages. The show ended in 2019, but these faces, these voices, these characters, they're immortal now, frozen forever in the moments that made us laugh until we cried and cry until we laughed again. So tell us, which character touched your heart the most? Was it Sheldon's innocent brilliance, Penny's warm spirit, Leonard's hopeful heart, or maybe Mrs. Wallowitz's voice that still echoes in your memory? Drop your answer in the comments below. We want to hear your stories, your favorite moments, the episodes that changed your life. If this journey through time moved you, hit that like button. Share this video with everyone who ever knocked 3 times on a door. And subscribe to our channel because we're bringing you more of these emotional cast reunions, more shocking transformations, more trips down memory lane that will make you feel everything all at once. Thank you for taking this journey with us. The Big Bang Theory may have ended, but the love, the legacy, the laughter, that's forever. Until next time, keep the memories alive.